Hey man, damn. Hey my natural beauties, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I touch up my faux locks when your hair is grown out. It's just basically showing you how to freshen up your locks when you've had them in for a while and they're a bit grown out. Let me take this opportunity to say, if you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate if you would just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So if you guys want to see how to touch up your faux locks and to refresh them and make them look like a fresh set, then keep on watching.
Something about me ambition, keep me on the money mission. Believe na me dreams, me believe na the vision. Now when me 30 mil me fi sit down, na just me ambition. Ambition, keep me on the money mission. Something about me ambition, ambition. Yo, hustle every day, me no waste time.
Alright guys, so I did wash my locks earlier on today. I never do a touch up on dirty locks. Like, I'd recommend for all my clients and everybody who has the faux locks in and you want to touch it up, wash your hair first. It's going to make it feel more, you know, like nice. Alright, so if you look here, you will see this one is like really grown out, like really bad. So I think what I'm going to be doing today is just like a perimeter. I won't be doing the entire thing, just around here, because that right there will give me the illusion of like I just put them in instead of doing my entire head. So that whole process isn't going to take me that long. It will obviously take less time. So I'm going to show you all the stuff that I use to do that. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is moisturizing my scalp. You can do this before or after you do your touch up, right? Now for me, I'm going to do it before because I don't even know why I'm going to do it before. But I'm going to do it before because for me, I think it would be easier to just slap this on my scalp everywhere and then just touch up the parts that I want. That way I don't have to do it after, you know what I mean? And personally, sometimes if you're not using a liquid oil and you're using something that you have to wipe on, this is partially liquid. But if you're using something that you have to wipe on, like a pomade or something like that, I'd recommend doing it before you do your touch-up so that you don't mess up your parts after you tightened everything. For my scalp, I'm going to be using this organic coconut oil. And that's what that looks like. And I'm only using this because this is what I have on hand. So because of the AC, it's kind of hard. So what I do is I try to find the loose oil and just pour it out in my hand like this. And I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to wipe it on my fingers and just kind of just massage that into my scalp. Especially around these parts is where I tend to get like extremely dry and flaky, around here. And then everywhere else I can deal with. Alright, so my holding product is the Ocean, which is like my go-to wax. I'm going to be using just a little bit of this. So I'm going to just take a little bit of that product. Now to help me to do that, I'm using my edge brush. And I'm just going to brush that in like this and roll it to keep it in place. And just do the same thing to the others going up. So I'm going to brush it in. Try not to take in too much of your hairline, but just so it can be neat, you know what I mean? Just brush that in and roll. And you guys can already see that coming together like that. So this is the hair of choice that I like to use. The one thing I've realized since being on vacation in the US, I did not know this was so difficult to get. So I'm unsure if it's discontinued or what the issue is with this hair. However, I did find an alternative on Amazon, and I'm going to be leaving that link in the description bar for you guys. Now this hair is universal because it matches a lot of faux lock textures, and it's just the one hair that will match any type of lock you have in at the time and still look very natural. It doesn't have that plasticky feel, and you don't have to burn it. You just wrap it and leave it, and that's it. So this is why this is my favorite hair to use, right? So this is the realistic Afro Kinky Bulk hair, the synthetic one. because I found the human one, which is just so weird to me. The human version of this is everywhere, but just not the synthetic. I don't know if it's discontinued or what, but yeah. So this is what we're going to be using, and this is the alternative version that I found on the internet. So I'm going to have the link to this bundle in the description bar. It's the same texture. This is the original, and that is the alternative. So it's the very same thing, right? So this is how this comes, like one bundle like this. And I think, I don't know in terms of just the bundle versus the pack, if it would equate to be the same thing, maybe. Or maybe you just have to get two of these for it to equate to one of this, not sure. But here we go. And just a little trick, the thicker the piece of hair that you use to wrap, the bulkier the wrap will come out to be. So you just kind of feather it a little bit, and that's how it's going to wrap and not unravel if you feather it. You have to feather it, right? So I take my hair, fold it in half. That way I'm going to be done wrapping faster. And I just get my section, and I place the hair right there and just wrap. And you just wrap until the hair is finished. So you're gonna go up, down, up, down. Make sure to overlap where the first section of hair would be so that it blends right in. And you just keep wrapping until you have this small stringy piece. Wrap it all the way out, up, down, up, down, up, down, until you are finished. And that's it. Good as new. Be sure to stretch it down, feather it, because if you don't do that, it's going to unravel. Fold it in half. Grab your hair, put it behind it, and wrap. So you don't have to do this part very tight, because if you do it tight, it's going to end up being very uncomfortable. You just want to make sure that close to your root is where the snugness of the wrap is. It doesn't have to be snug all throughout, but you guys can see the difference. So here's one that was not wrapped yet. You see how small this is, and then this is the real size of the lock, versus something like this that has the real size all throughout. So after you have touched up as much as you want and laid your edges, then you can just proceed to styling it however you like. Sometimes, like right after a touch up, your scalp is tender, so you probably won't be able to do too much. But I mean, my styles are always very basic. When I do anything, it's usually the same thing all the time, because I like to stick to the evil that I know. You know, sometimes instead of trying to figure out, does this look good on me? You just do what you know look cute. We don't have time for act look yourself, girl. Like, no. Anyways, I really hope this video helped you guys. If you are trying to get out of a bind with doing your touch up with your stylist absent, like I'm absent for all my natural glam babes right now, no one is supposed to like. And a lot of you guys have actually reached out to me like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Da 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 da. So hopefully this video helps. The link to this, if you cannot find, if you're in Jamaica, I have no doubt you can find African Kibok. It's everywhere in JA. But in the States, if you're in the States, try this link. It's gonna be in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for my next one, and I'll see you guys. Until next time, you guys know what to do. Stay naturally beautiful. Bye.